I mentioned that this lamp here has got a stone chip in it and it will fail. It is kind of obvious. I guess the lamp will still work, the headlamp will still work. But Jean-Francois brought in fact he brought 4 headlamps down. I've just tested them and they are matching pairs. So we're going to put them in. But if you can see here, it's got these clips on. Now normally to get the light out you just pull it out. Oh, not these, they're tight on those clips. I don't know what they're for, they must have some sort of shield that goes on them. I don't know. Well, let's see if this one comes out. I got that one out with a bit of a struggle, but you don't want to damage anything. There's nowhere really to get underneath. Flick that cover out. And they're nice chrome covers as well. One of these things you've always got to bear in mind when you're putting modifications on a Land Rover. It's alright putting them on, but how the hell do you get them off? And you don't want to damage paint. My God, what the hell are you holding these on? The other one was a bit sticking off. Because you can't quite get in with the screwdriver. Well, you can, but only from here. There. Let's put a little bit of rubber on there so we don't damage the paint. Oh, here we've got a cloth. That's cool for this side. If it doesn't come out too well in the video, that's tough. There we go. I have got the screw out from underneath, by the way. There's a little screw right underneath. But you're supposed to push them up. And there's a little retaining clip here. You can see where it is because there's a little rivet. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to just change that unit out. We should be able to just undo the screws on the side. There's one here, the adjustment screw. Yeah, no, they should just spin out. Let's see. What's that one? Should be another screw. Ah, is that under there? I used to do these every week, years ago. I was hoping to take them out without taking too much off. But they don't seem to come off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unscrew them, this ring, take the ring off, and put a new one on and see what happens. So we need a Phillips. Now I might be able to see what's all the main bolts on. Yeah, you're supposed to push them and twist them. Oh well. Now I think these brackets, these outer rims will only go on one way. This doesn't seem right, so. What the hell is it? Oh dear. I'll tell you something. I wonder if there's 2 different width rings. Let's put this one. Ah, they're a different thickness. There's a seam on here at the bottom, so it's pretty easy to get the right orientation. I'm going to put that screw in the bottom first. Who would have thought there was two different widths of rings? Eh? Bugger. Yeah. What a mess about, eh? Let's see. Yeah. Just change the headlamp, he said. Not as easy as you think. With having two rim thicknesses, I'll show you in a minute off this one because I realised what was wrong. So those are the old ones, these are the new ones. But I wanted to twist and turn them, but they just don't seem to want to go in. So I'm going to take this bulb out of here, which is a good bulb. Let's just simply swap them over. Yeah. If you can see, if this is a narrow rim, this is a wide one, there's no point messing about with that one. Where is it? Oh no, I have to get the bulb out, don't I? Oh, wait a minute then. I only need to get the bulb out. Oh, wait a minute, that's the wide ring. I want the narrow ring, don't I? Yes, two different types of rings. There's some information that you will never ever find anywhere else, and it will never ever be useful ever again. I promise. Westinghouse. Now be prepared to be blinded by these lights, like Manfred Mann. So why aren't they working? Anything? Nothing. Why aren't the lights working? It looks like the four-way flashes are linked up to the side lights. No, I couldn't get them to work, but why aren't the headlamps working? They were working a minute ago. Oh, crap, the back one, the back ones are working, but not these. Now the headlamps don't work. Boy, this is one effed up car. So the side lights are on, but only when I press the dip light, like the four-way flashes. Oh crap! That one. What the hell is going on here? Four-way flashes. Isn't it funny? You fix something that you weren't really wanting to fix. Now they work, but now something else that you were fixing doesn't work. Story of my life, isn't it? Let's see volts. Let's test this connector here, which you all see. And you see Land Rover put this right in the path of all the rain and water and stuff like that. Very good. It must be water cooled, I do believe. Very forward thinking, is that, you know? Right. Switches, eh? Oh well, that saved me a job. Four-way flashes, because I was dreading doing that, because it's got some sort of medieval bloody system on it. Right, let's test if we've got any power here. No. No. Any power here? No. Any power when we put it on the lead? Yep. I'll be brutally honest, I never checked them. I never checked the lights before. I just saw that the thing was out there. So these are our main wires down here, and we've got it on the ground. We know it's working, but nothing out of there, nothing out of there. I'm just wondering whether it is the switch on the floor. These have got a pedal, like a button switch on the floor, like the old ancient cars. I'm just wondering whether the switch is kerfuffled. I'll be back in a minute. Well, I don't know where all these wires go, but what I've got to do now is I'm bypassing this switch and everything, and I've taken a battery over by the door, and I'm going to connect it to the blue with the white tracer and then the blue with the red tracer, and see if these lights come on, and I can see it reflecting over here. So then we'll be able to tell if there's power to the light. Right, that's one, that's working. That's the blue and the white, is working. Right, now we'll try the blue and the red, if it will. Yes, they're working. So we know that the circuitry from the switch to here is okay. So what we're going to do now is plug the wires onto the switch, you know, the foot switch, and see if it changes over by just putting power into the middle, because it's only a 3-wire connector. Power is in the middle, this one here, so it'll connect to that one or connect to that one. Shout out if there's nothing on there. Yes? Yes. So we know the switch is functioning. So there's no feed to the switch. So that means it's either coming from the light switch or the fuse. Now the light switch, funnily enough, only comes on with the ignition. I've not got the ignition on. We need to find out where that blue wire goes in the harness. I'm suspecting it goes to the fuse box up here. How the hell am I going to trace that? Right, just after a break. We've established that the switch works and power goes through the switch, but where does it get its power from? So we're going to use the old ringer, sounder, whatever you want to call it. We're going to put it on that blue wire that feeds it. Now, they have stayed pretty close to the original colours, but I seem to remember that this needed the ignition on to put the lights on. Now I've got the ignition on, but it doesn't work. So let's put this on, and it'll just put a tone down the wire so we can find out where it's going. Let's try the fuse box. What? We've got a wire in there. So I've put the one side of the ringer down at the bottom onto that blue wire through a fuse for some strange reason. Now we can put the ringer on and find out that wire, that blue wire, is that one. But if I turn the lights on, it does nothing. So I don't know where it's getting its power from. Like that feeds that, but what feeds the lights? These are for your dash lights, but there's no heavy wire on there to power up the lights. Not unless it's that wire and it's pulled off. It goes onto there. I wonder if that wire's fallen off. Let's find out. So what I've established is the side lights and the parking lights come on when the ignition's on. Now, like say I've got the ignition on there, but I've disconnected the wires off the back of the switch. Now, you see that wire there, that blue one, that light blue one, well that goes down to there, which goes to the switch, so that's right. But it shouldn't be through the ignition, and the reason why it's going through the ignition, it's coming through this green wire here. If you can see it, this is going through this green wire, which should go through your fuse box to come on when the ignition's on. But it doesn't really work like that, and I noticed there's, bloody what a mess. There's no grommet on there, look, they've got all them wires coming through here, there's no grommet on it. Look. God help us. Now what I'm thinking about is something rather drastic. Let's go and see. Well, I'm kind of tired of messing about with this wiring. Look at it, it's like a rat's nest in there. There is the right colours, but they're not in the right order. It's like Morecambe wires, isn't it? So what I've done is this, I've come up with this idea. I've made this little cable up, it's kind of nice, isn't it? 30 amp fuse in it. It's supposed to come off a live feed for your lights. I am right in that. And I'm going to take the live feed off here. And I'm going to take it to the battery connection, to the switch connection here, pin number 4. And it's so simple, it's stupid. These 31788s are really a versatile switch because they use them for the heaters. You know, high speed and stuff like this, low speed. Well, I wouldn't say speed, but anyway, you get the idea. So all we have to do is join tail lights to 7 and headlamps to 8. How simple is that? You know. Anyway, that's going to do the job, and it's got a 30 amp mini fuse in. So let's fit that, and we should get some lights going. Right, time for a smoke test. I keep the battery down there, and I clip the. Oh, look at that! We've got side lights on. That's a good sign. Is it? Have I got that the right way around? No headlamps. First click should be side lights. No, that's the switch is buggered. Yep. Second switch should be headlamps. Oh, wait a minute. Have I got the wire connected? No! You plonker! You plonker, Rodney. Let me get this on. Side lights there are working. Well, sort of. Right, let's see headlamps. Oh! Oh, joy! Oh, look at that! Well, it only took me 3 hours to work that out. And it's safe. Good. I wonder if it works on high and low beam. Let's hit this high-tech switch. Oh my goodness gracious me. I might have to go for a lie down. There we go. Ah, so a day wasn't wasted, was it? So, we've got the lights working. Now, the lights now, I know it's a big deal, but the ignition isn't on. The idea is that if you're broke down, I know you won't break down in a Land Rover, but in the event that you might, it's wise to turn your lights on, especially at night, so somebody can see you. Alright, that's the idea. So even if you just put your side lights on, your parking lights, somebody can see you, so that's good.